Hello friends, my name is Manvin Singh, Assistant Professor, Jamtech School of Law, Greater Noida. Friends, today in this subject, Law of Crimes, we will discuss with one of the topic that is very important topic in Unit 1, and just to try to know the basic core areas of Indian Penal Code, we have to know the introduction of the Indian Penal Code 1860. So this video is dedicated for the topic Introduction to the Indian Penal Code 1860. The draft of the Penal Code was prepared by the first Law Commission chaired by Thomas Babington Macaulay and popularly known as Lord Macaulay in 1835 and was submitted to the Governor General of India Council in 1837. The first final draft of Indian Penal Code was submitted to the Governor General of Indian Council in 1837, but the draft was again revised. So friends, this particular law was attempted to made by Lord Macaulay and in 1835 and submitted the report to the first Governor General in 1837, but there is certain revisions has been introduced. The Governor General of India looked at the entire draft and recommended certain revisions. The drafting was completed in year 1850 and the code was presented to the Legislative Council in 1856 but did not take its place on its statute book of British India until a generation later following the Indian Rebellion of 1857. So the rebellion of 1857 is one of the reason to speed up this particular act. He drafted then underwent a very careful revision at the end of the Barnes Peacock, who later became the first Chief Justice of the Calcutta High Court. This law, Indian Penal Code, was passed on 6 October 1860. The code came into operation after 2 years on 1st January 1862. On that time, Macaulay did not survive to see the masterpiece of his work, having died near in the end of 1859. So it is all about a history. You can just look out the two. Now the introduction. The Indian Penal Code is a basic structure, is a document that consists of a list of punishment and cases that a person who commit any kind of crime is to be held liable and charged with it. Of all the branches of law, the branch that closely touches the concern of man on his day-to-day life is criminal law, and yet the law that is not in satisfactory state. It covers any citizens or a person of Indian origin. The exception to this document is that any kind of military or armed forces cannot be charged on the basis of Indian Penal Code, because these military persons has been charged with their own different laws. They have a different dedicated list of laws and Indian Penal Code cannot suppress any part of it. Extent. This Indian Penal Code IPC is the main criminal code of India. It extends to whole of India. Friends, before the abolition of Article 370, this Indian Penal Code is only applicable to the all India except state of Jammu and Kashmir, and for the Jammu and Kashmir we are having a different act, that is the Ranveer Penal Code, that is called RPC. But now we are having the application of this IPC to the entire country, to the whole of India. Section 18 of IPC defines the definition of India. The introductory draft of Indian Penal Code was formulated in the year of 1860, and this was under the supervision of First Law Commission, which was chaired by Lord Macaulay, that I already explained in the last slide. The first penal code came into existence in year 1862 on the 1st January 1862, and since the number of law. Objectives. Now we have to just find out what are the objectives of this particular Indian Penal Code 1860. The objective is to act to provide a general penal code for India. General means a penal code for that the entire country come under the same umbrella for the purpose of criminal law. Though not an initial objective, the Act does not repeal the penal laws which were in force in the time of coming into force in India. This was so because of the code does not contain all the offences, and it is possible to some offences might have still been left out of the code, which were not intended to be exempted for penal consequences. Although this code is consolidated to whole of the law of the subject and exhaustive on the matters in respect to which it declares, and the law many more penal statutes governing various offences have been created in addition to the particular code. Thank you.